What's up, everybody? This is Jose Gagnon, the Random Guy 75, here again today. And we are doing episodes 3 and 4 of Season 4. Everything Wrong with Thomas the Train commentaries. And today's 2 episodes are going to be the last time that we'll be seeing Duke. Like the last 2 stories about Duke. Because after these 2 episodes, he doesn't really, like appear in the show. Like he makes cameos, but that's pretty much it. But yeah, after these 2 episodes, he just isn't in the show anymore. They don't have him in the show after these 2 episodes, which is pretty crazy, to be honest. But we're gonna get the things rolling. You already know the things going here, and the first episode 3 is called BullDog. So we're gonna, have the happy times, and we're gonna get the things rolling right here. You already know how the things go in this channel, man, and how we get the things done here. Yeah. Woo! Yeah, man.
One morning, Percy was impatient. He was wearing a new coat of paint and longed for everyone to see it. The other engines were still dozing, but not Percy. Driver should be here by now. What's he doing? Sleeping, grunted Gordon. But that means I'll be late. The coaches will be waiting and the passengers will get cross. Rubbish, puffed Henry. It's still early, added James. You just want to show off. No, I don't. Never mind, Percy, said Thomas. It'll soon be time for work. But be careful or you might run into danger. And Duke is not here to save you. Duke, stuttered Toby. You mean our hero? A large painting of Duke hung in the engine shed.
I find it really weird and, super weird and silly how, all these bigger trains consider Duke to be their hero, even though, like, Duke is smaller than all of them. But, they still, acknowledge him and think that he's like some kind of just amazing train. Then again, it's probably because of how interesting his stories are to them. So that's why, they care about him so much, and that's why they're always thinking about him. And, he's so super popular, even though he only appears in 4 episodes in the show. But, I still find it, just super weird and silly how they just consider Duke to be their hero, even though he's like super, like I said, he's like super tiny compared to, their own size. It's super funniness, man. Super duper funniness.
Very same, said Thomas. Driver told me the story. Listen. And this is the story Thomas told. Long ago, when Peter Sam was still called Stewart and Sir Handel Falcon, they worked with Duke on his old railway, but Falcon still had a lot to learn. The manager came to see him. Falcon, I'm pleased with your work so far. Now you must learn a difficult part of the line. We call it the Mountain Road. Falcon was excited. Yes, please, sir. So tomorrow, continued the manager, when you have a new coat of paint, you will go on it. Duke will explain everything. Huh, thought Falcon. Duke's an old fusspot. The next day came. Listen, warned Duke, the mountain road is difficult. I'll lead. No, replied Falcon, I'll lead. How can I learn the route with you lumbering ahead and blocking the view? Suit yourself, said Duke. But never mind the view. Look at the track.
Now this is basically where the problems are going to be, happening. Well, mostly to Falcon. Like, Duke won't have any problems, but, the statement that he's giving to Duke about, he wants to, see the view. So that's why he wants to be at the front of the coaches and in front of Duke himself, because he wants to see the view. But, like Duke says, it's more important to, keep your eyes on the track, because, since, if you're looking at the view, you're not really, seeing, I mean, yeah, you're seeing your surroundings, but you're not paying attention about, like, if there's like a hazard or something on the tracks themselves, or if the tracks end, which is something that Falcon isn't really understanding that well. Because he's just like, oh, I want to see, my surroundings and see how cool they look and amazing, instead of paying attention, when it's, super important to make sure that he's checking out the tracks for hazards, like I said, or if something, or if the tracks end up ending and they have to, like, switch to a different set of tracks. But we're gonna see in a couple of minutes what's gonna end up happening to Falcons, since he's choosing not to, take Duke's advice about looking at the tracks instead of the view.
The engines set off. Look at the track, puffed Duke. Never mind the view. Fusspot, fusspot, replied Falcon. Fuddy-duddy, fuddy-duddy, fuddy-duddy. The engine's speed grew slower and slower. Don't dawdle, urged Falcon. No hurry, puffed Duke. Soon they approached a tunnel. Falcon didn't like the tunnel. It was curved and he couldn't see. I want to get out, he sighed. One moment everything seemed safe, then suddenly... Falcon was derailed and hung dangerously over the edge. Duke bravely held on with all his strength. Stop shaking, he called. I can't hold you if you shake.
It was a good thing that Duke was there, to try to, that he's trying to help, Falcon, because if Duke wasn't there and it was just Falcon, he would have, fell off that mountain, really fast, and he wouldn't have had anyone to, hold on to him while he was, while he's hanging off the side of the mountainside, pretty much. So it's a good thing, Duke was there to, to just help him out right as he is about to fall off, the side of the mountain, pretty much. So much close calls. So many. Then again, Duke was there, to try to show, and teach Falcon about that section of the railway, since Falcon never went, in that part of the railway before.
Duke's driver and fireman worked quickly to make the two engines safe again. Then came more trouble. Water! Cried Duke's fireman. Duke needs water, quickly! Luckily, there was a workman's cottage nearby. Soon everyone was passing jugs, buckets, kettles and saucepans filled with water until Duke's thirst was quenched. All the while, Duke was building more strength. At last, with everyone's help, he was able to pull Falcon back onto the rails. Then, they started off once more. The manager was waiting at the top station. He apologized for the accident. Your Duke, said the passengers, is a hero. He stood firm like a bulldog and wouldn't let go. Falcon was grateful too. Thank you for saving me, Duke. I don't know why you bothered after I'd been so rude. Oh well, replied Duke. You just had a new coat of paint. It would have been a pity if you'd have rolled down the mountain and spoiled it.
So that was episode 3 of season 4, BullDog. And that's, like, one of the more crazier stories about, an engine almost falling off the side of a mountain and, just getting broken to pieces almost. Like I said, if Duke wasn't there, Falcon would have been a goner from the start. But like I said, Duke was mostly there, to try to show Falcon that part of the railway, that section of the railway pretty much, because, since Falcon never went on that section of the railway before. So it was a super close call. But that's going to be doing it for, this episode. And we're going to be moving on to episode 4 of season 4 called You Can't Win. So we will see you on the next video, man. Get the greatness and have the happy times and enjoy yourselves every single chance you get, man. Yeah. Whoa.